How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Below Average Wrestling Podcast. My name is Mike.
And my name is Jonathan.
I slowed it down today.
A little bit. What's going on, everybody?
Well,
everybody excited?
Everybody is excited for this. There's a lot of stuff that happened. First of all, John came late because he thought it was Tuesday. Motherfucker had me waiting for like an hour.
I felt bad because I usually come like at 5:30ish. I think I've been coming lately because I know you come home at that time. So I was telling Mike that I was just at home with my boxers, just walking around, cleaning, washing, cooking, and everything. And then I get a text like, so what time you coming?
I was like, my dude, I was like, it's already like 6, bro. What time you gonna come, man?
I was like, holy shit, it's Wednesday. Happy hump day, even though you guys hear this on a Thursday.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's all good.
Yeah,
but you're here.
Up. I am.
You're
and
here.
I am actually very excited.
An hour late, but you're here.
Yes, I'm very excited from everything that actually happened. SmackDown whooped Raw's ass, if you want to say that. So SmackDown was good. But overall I think it was cool. But what do you want to start off with?
Let's start off with pretty much. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened this week. That's for damn sure. A lot of stuff that happened. But I still think the biggest news probably has been the Becky Lynch story about her getting busted open or a broken nose. Broken
nose and a severe concussion.
That's what they are saying. Well, they said broken face, but it was just a broken nose.
Yes, it looks like she broke her face though.
It does. But and she probably could have wrestled with a broken nose. Let's be honest.
I think it's the concussion that they're not letting her go through. Yeah, it's the concussion
that they're not letting her go through. So let's start off with that. Becky Lynch. So Monday night main event. It had the SmackDown women invading the Raw women. Becky Lynch led the charge. She attacked Ronda backstage, and then she looked badass, like she was going to attack the whole women's roster, Raw roster. SmackDown comes from behind, helps her out a little bit, and then she gets a stiff forearm. It looks like her elbow.
That was a hard punch, bro.
By Nia Jax, knocks her down. She starts bleeding profusely.
Took it like a champ, though.
She took it like a champ. She continued the whole story thing, and it was a fantastic ending to Raw. We'll get to it in more detail if you want when we get to our Raw thing. But I'm just trying to skip through what's going on. So that's kind of what's going on with Becky. She got a stiff elbow or forearm from Nia. She got a broken nose and a severe concussion. She's out of Survivor Series. And they replaced her with Charlotte Flair, who will be taking her spot. So it'll be Ronda versus Charlotte Survivor Series. What do you think about Ronda? I mean, what do you think about Becky not being pulled?
When I saw the whole segment, I'm like, they're gonna have to pull her out, and I was, in a way, it sucks. It's sad because the whole point of them being there was to hype that fight. Yeah. Even though, the whole Raw against, but it's really to hype that fight. And unfortunately, things happen. Yeah. And she had, she's hurt, and then it sucks, man, because I think this, I was looking forward out of the whole pay-per-view. I was looking forward to this.
Same here, actually. Out of the whole pay-per-view, this was my most anticipated match, just because of the way everything was heading.
Yeah, and Becky Lynch sold the shit out of that. She did. That segment. It was awesome. I wish they would have let her, wrestle, because I think it would have been maybe one of the matches, a very, very good match.
No, I mentioned it before, and I said, look, one of the things that was bothering me about the Evolution pay-per-view was the whole Ronda versus Nikki, was the fact that Nikki never looks tough. You know what I mean?
She looks
no matter how much they try to paint it, she doesn't look tough. It's Nikki. She's a Total Bella cast member, and it just, I mean, I think she's fine, but I just think that she didn't look the part to take on Ronda. Becky Lynch, on the other hand, looks like she could take her. I mean, granted, Ronda's a professional fighter, so yes, Ronda will probably take her. But I'm just saying, look-wise, Becky looks like, out of almost anyone on the roster, almost anyone, like I said, it looks like she's probably the best challenge for her, like physically, like, hey, okay, maybe Becky can take her.
Yeah, because even storyline and character wise, the way, because her character is, it's not like she like you said, she looks like it because she's not like the other girls that look more girly type of wrestlers. She's like right in the, like,
almost about the same height and it's
everything. Yeah. She's, I get what you're saying, and unfortunately, the Nia Jax took that away from us, and that's not the first time she hurt somebody.
It's not the first.
So
time.
She's gonna become a Bella. And
she probably already took over.
But I think I don't know, I was reading that she's, I think, has hurt more girls than a lot of anybody else.
I try to I tweeted a lot yesterday with our account that if you're wondering there, it's at TBAW podcast on Twitter and on Instagram. But I did tweet a lot yesterday, and I try to refrain or stay away as much as possible from bagging on Nia Jax just because I was upset at the whole situation.
Yeah,
I tried my best. A lot of people didn't.
People are pissed.
People are
very mad. They're pissed because, okay, if you think about it, this match, even though she was there and she went to go do her thing, you would want to think that they would. Okay, Becky Lynch is the main girl, so even though we're gonna scrabble, we're gonna go crazy. We gotta take care of her.
Yeah,
like we gotta watch out. Even though, but it was a lot of, you can see that Nia Jax didn't do it on purpose or anything. She was like, kind of just pushing her off, and she swung.
She did swing though.
But believe it or not, if it would have been someone else, I don't think it would have been that much damage.
Maybe, but like I could see why people were pissed off. I mean, Nia took away probably the main event of SummerSlam.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? By being a little stiff, then maybe with it she should have been. She probably didn't have to be that stiff. Let's be honest.
Bro, I saw that thing. And
I think the only thing I tweeted about Nia was like Nia did it for The Rock. Just like some old stuff. When
people were going off.
No. But people were worse. I didn't want to bag on her too much because I understand they're in the wrestling business. Accidents happen.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to bag on Nia too much. I was like, I'll save it for the podcast. No.
Nia Rollins.
Yeah, right. No, but
thanks for taking Sting. Anyways,
but Nia has done it before. You know what I mean? Like we mentioned, I think it was Alexa Bliss this year. I think it was Alexa Bliss. I heard. Who else did you? Zelina Vega at Evolution. I heard that was Zelina Vega at Evolution. She gave her. Did she have a concussion? What does she have?
Something like that. She was gone. She was gone for a minute.
Becky. I don't know what other years, but I also heard about Sasha Banks being injured by her and Bayley, and probably in previous years, if I'm not mistaken.
I was reading on the comments, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are over here bagging on Nia when Ronda Rousey has hurt awesome people too. Supposedly, I guess the reason why Alexa Bliss is hurt is because of
that's true.
Ronda.
It's true.
Yeah, but I think that's like the first one. But like I give it to Ronda because she's been there not too long, and it's expected. Yeah, maybe you'll hurt somebody because you don't know how to do a certain move or certain things. But Nia's been in the business for 2 years maybe.
Probably more in developmental.
2-3 years. Oh yeah, because NXT. So she was in NXT as well. So she's been there for a while, And since you are, I want to say, known not to maybe hurt people or not be as careful, you should be as more careful because maybe there could be under the microscope. Because believe it or not, I think if you keep hurting people, I'm sure WWE's gonna be like, okay, well, maybe you need to retrain. Like they do in any other job. You're like, Jonathan, I need you to retrain with Bob. Like, you know what I mean?
No, you're right. And not only that, but even when it comes to even sports, if there's a decline, like I'm a big baseball fan, stuff like that. And if there's a decline in performance, somebody gets sent down. Like they say, they go to AAA, they go to AA, whatever they need to do to rehone their skills, come back better and stronger, and make an impact on the team. So that's one of the things that I've noticed about WWE. They don't really do that too much. They did it a little bit. They did it with girls. They did it with like Emma a while ago when they sent her down to NXT. Then they brought her back up. So they do that every once in a while. I think they did it with Zack Ryder. So they do that every once in a while. But I don't see them sending down more people when maybe they should be sending down.
Maybe because they're big. I'm talking like big in like hype wise name. Nia is a big name.
Sure.
She's been a champion.
She has.
And she's been a women's champion, and she's up for a championship. She's a contender.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's maybe why they probably don't. I don't know. We don't know if they find her. Maybe they, that's like and stuff like that. But I don't know.
If anything's gonna come from this, it's just gonna be like backstage heat. Like some of the girls might just be like,
I'm pretty sure Becky's mad as shit,
and I'm pretty sure more girls are mad.
Yeah, because that's
backstage at Nia. Yeah, because again, like we were saying, like I could see another. I could see more girls being like, like a Bayley or like a Bliss or stuff like that, being mad because like, hey, it happened to me. Damn, it's like happening to a lot of people. Like it's like, calm your ass down.
I don't know, bro. I was upset. Like the whole thing was cool, but like when I saw her, the whole situation just made it. it was a beautiful scene. Like,
it was, and
let's
not take away from that. So I mean, yes, I think the whole idea that Becky got busted open was amazing. You know, like I said, I think that
just made her look tougher. It made it look tougher.
It made it look great. It made it look amazing. I thought that. So yes, I guess there is a bright side to this story where it made the legend of Becky Lynch grow a little bit bigger. Than what it already was. But again, but with that good comes that bad. Where yes, the busted open, the broken nose. She probably could have wrestled with that. She would have been okay. But the concussion also came, and that's what took her out.
That's how hard she hit her. She gave her a concussion. Yeah. That's some power,
bro. And I'm like, have I even I don't know, man. Like that's a pretty good hit.
Yeah, I saw the hit a few times, and I was like,
yeah, I saw the hit as well.
And then the thing, it was a wild hit. That's the thing. You know how when you see fights and people just swing?
Yeah, it's
that one swing, the huge swing that they take, and it landed. And Becky took it like a champ.
It's almost like, well, I was watching UFC this week, this past weekend, where it was was it the Korean Zombie versus El Pantera. It was on FS1, and literally, the Korean Zombie had the whole match won pretty much. Last second, literally 4 minutes and 59 seconds of the last round, Pantera comes in with it was an elbow, but like. Man, I don't know, man. If it was like legit elbow, then that's crazy. But it looked like an accidental elbow, and he won the fight.
He knocked him out.
Oh
shit!
Legitimately, he had the fight lost, and he knocked him out. So it's like
it happens.
It happens, So you're like, something accidentally like that can happen. Yeah. So it was just kind of like. I don't know, man. I don't know. What the hell were we talking about?
I wish I don't know something about elbows. No, but I wish Becky the best. I don't know how long she's maybe gonna be out for. I hope it's not too long. I did tell you that I thought that this might bring the hype down on her because we don't know how long she's gonna be out for. Yeah. And you told me that you think that it's actually gonna boost her.
I don't know if it's gonna boost her, but I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I think that. What happened on Monday boosted her big time, but then she has to pull out of Survivor Series. It did deflate a little bit, I guess you can say. So I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it was. I think it might have just paused it instead of actually made it bigger than what it probably could have been if it would have just kept going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because maybe I'm sure they'll try to take another approach or something. Like I'm
really curious at the amount of pop that Becky was going to get on Sunday. Like I'm just curious because of that incident, the bloody face.
Yeah, her name was gonna be called over Ronda's the whole match. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah,
because even at Raw, her name was being called. It was being called. Yeah. Ronda. You could even hardly hear Ronda's name.
Yeah,
people love Becky, so I really hope it stays. When she comes back, she stays the same, or the writers come up with something good for her to get revived.
Yeah.
Fast recovery to her.
And concussions are a crazy thing because isn't Bliss dealing with a concussion?
I think so.
Is that it, or what the hell is it? What's she dealing with?
I don't know. Something about her arm, probably.
Oh,
I don't know. I haven't really looked into her situation, but it should be something wrong because she's been out for a while.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like Becky could be gone for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't know. So yes, like I said, it was a great scene, the whole blood, but this could be bad too because it could put a pause or, like you said, deflate the whole legend of Becky Lynch. I
hope not. I hope the writers come up with something good for her to come back and just raise havoc. Again.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I think she's the best thing that's happened in 2018.
Oh yeah, she's the superstar of the year. Yeah. If you ask me, I know it's
not even Ronda, bro.
No, not even. I agree.
Ronda, even though she's
probably gonna, and you know what, WWE's probably gonna give it to Ronda. Knowing WWE, they're gonna give it to Ronda for sure. But and a lot of people are like, oh no, well Becky's reign started, when it was a SummerSlam heel turn. I was like, nah, man, she was getting some big victories during the summer. They were building her up already.
Yeah,
they were building her up to be the top baby face, and then they switched it up. And with that heel turn at SummerSlam, so no, she was getting some big wins during the summer. So if you ask me, her thing started around June. So at least half of the year, she's been great. And let's be honest, like I don't know anybody else that's been better than her the whole year, and then she's been the last what is it, been 4 months or something like that? 3 months?
No, I don't think so. There's nobody you can think of, not even Charlotte Flair.
No.
So it's
no, nobody. Like I said, I think they would do, they like like you said, that like Ronda, they will probably give it to Ronda. She had a good WrestleMania match. All the other matches after that have been kind of stale, but it's Ronda Rousey's name, so I wouldn't be surprised they were to give like the Slammy, for Superstar of the Year, they'll give it to Ronda. But I think Becky would be the one that's most deserving of that title.
Correct.
Okay, so obviously they will reschedule that match. Whenever Becky's ready to go, they will reschedule it. Rumors are Royal Rumble, and another rumor is WrestleMania.
That would be a good match.
Yeah.
If they hype it up enough.
I agree. I think WrestleMania, to me, I like the WrestleMania idea.
Well, I've read that women might
main event
WrestleMania this
upcoming year. I would think that's a great main event. The idea was that it was going to be Charlotte versus Ronda at WrestleMania as the main event.
But now we're about to see it.
But now we're about to see it. There's no way that Charlotte versus Ronda is happening at WrestleMania anymore, or at least I don't think it should. We already saw it. We're already going to see it. You know what I mean? Which is why a lot of people were advocating, saying, well, you know what? They should have picked Asuka as the replacement.
That's what when she was like that, I was like, well, but I saw the girls, and I'm like, the only two girls would be Charlotte or Asuka.
Yeah.
That would go for it. So I'm like, when they picked Charlotte, I was like, okay. I was like, yes, but I was like, I hope they revive this feud, because it's a good feud, and and if they hype it right and good enough, it is WrestleMania worthy. It is.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Ronda Charlotte is a great feud, but I think I wouldn't want to see it again at WrestleMania. Yeah. You know what I mean? I would rather them just do Becky and Ronda. But like you said, bring it again down the line, maybe a SummerSlam, have them headline SummerSlam, Charlotte and Ronda, after we haven't seen it in like 6-7 months.
Bro, I think it would be awesome, Becky and Ronda.
Yeah.
It's there, if like I say, depending on how they write Becky back in.
Yeah.
And they hype her up to the point that's like that, like how she is now.
Yeah.
It would be good, man. And WrestleMania is 4 months away.
Yeah, it is. It's very short. Like we've said, though, Becky right now, the most interesting character in all of WWE.
Hey, or keep her around. Even though she's kind of like Alexa's been around. She's trying to stay relevant. Some promos. Yeah, she's trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
The same thing. Maybe they can do that to Becky. Well, we'll see. Good luck to her, and hopefully she recovers quick.
Moving on to I guess the second biggest story of the week, I would say. Maybe even it's the biggest story of the week, but this seemed like the second biggest story of the week. Daniel Bryan is the new WWE Champion, and he turned heel.
Love it. He deserves it, bro.
What do you think?
I wasn't I always get spoiled. Spoilers with the
you watch it a little
I know I saw that he had the belt on a picture on Instagram, and I clicked down. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. And I remember you texted me, you were like, don't spoil it for me, I'm gonna watch it tonight or something like that.
Myself. Yeah. But I saw the match. It was a very good match. I actually liked the match.
Yeah, it was good.
I was not, if I wouldn't have known about Daniel Bryan, I wouldn't have expected that he would have taken the title.
Okay.
I like it. The heel turn, well, I like it. He looks like fucking evil.
Yeah.
With like that stare, that fucking, I love it, man.
Yeah.
I think he deserves it. I think that he's probably gonna get tossed around with Lesnar.
Okay.
But I did read about, and it's true, they're all like, oh, we'll see how it goes, because Lesnar gives a lot of he's like, when he goes to Suplex City, and you know how he has his neck is all fucked up, and that's
he almost killed one of the Singh brothers on Monday.
Oh, I saw.
Did you see that? He
landed on his neck.
On his neck, straight up. I was like, that's,
you know what
Singh brother number 2 dead.
Know what happens though is because I feel like they don't measure their strength, because these dudes are weighing like 150, 160. They're small.
Probably even less than that. Probably 140. They look small.
When Lesnar picked him up and threw him, bro, he could have thrown him from one
side thrown to
the
stands.
Yeah. He landed hard, and he did it again. He got
the other guy.
Oh, he got the other one.
Yeah, he got the other one. The other brother. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I don't know what the whole point of this was. I don't know, because maybe people are like, oh, we already saw AJ and
that's the idea. So from what I read, the hour that you made me wait, I did read a couple of things. One of the things that I did read was that during the feud with The Miz, Daniel Bryan wanted to turn heel. because he started noticing that his character was kind of getting a little stale.
Oh, okay.
So his idea was he wanted to turn heel, and Vince, it was just kind of on Vince's plate now, like we're just waiting for Vince to okay it. Daniel Bryan was like, I want to like that's the next thing in my career. I need to go heel. So it was just kind of in Vince's office and on his desk, just waiting for him to sign off on a heel turn. So I guess what happened, what I read, is that during the weekend, Vince decided mostly that they were going to give the championship to Daniel Bryan, and at the same time turn him heel. That way it could just be a complete shocker, everything done at the same time. And the reason was the championship was because, they didn't want to make AJ lose again to Brock.
Oh, that's the thing. They didn't want AJ to lose.
That's what I read. They didn't want to make AJ lose to Brock again.
So AJ's probably going to get the belt back.
He'll probably get the belt back. Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't. I think he'll get I don't know how soon, but he'll have that belt back.
I hope they give...
or they might just move him to Raw. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard that. I think I did read it because they were talking... You know how I tell you I read little things on Facebook?
Yeah.
That like about who's going to go where, and then AJ might go to Raw because he never gotten the Universal Championship.
Yeah. So it could be that too, but... I don't know, but what I did know is that it's been weeks since Daniel Bryan's been wanting to turn heel. Oh, okay. So that was just waiting for Vince McMahon, and then the WWE Championship. I think Vince wanted to put the championship on Bryan. If I read that correctly, it was just waiting for the right time, and I think that's when he kind of just greenlit the whole thing. I'm okay with it. Once I saw Bryan kick him in the balls, I was like, heel turn, and he's winning the championship. I was like that's it, because I was expecting Raw to come in and ruin the match, attack both of the guys, and that's it. Disqualification, nobody wins, blah blah blah, right? But then they got the Miz to replace Daniel Bryan's spot. So I was like, wait a second. So Bryan doesn't even have a spot in Survivor Series anymore.
That's why I was like, they kind of. I felt like they gave it away though. Like, why would they take him out? Because he got in a fight with AJ Styles. That's technically why.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, what they were trying to go for.
Yeah.
That we're kicking you out because you got big deal about this. But like, even the excuse of him being out there was dumb. Yeah. Only because he said, "Oh, you don't put your name in my mouth." In your mouth, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." That's literally the argument. That was argument because he said his name.
Yeah, it was.
So I was like, "Damn, they could have come up with something different.
They could have come up with something better, huh?"
But I don't know. I like it. I really do. I hope he gets a good reign. They give him a good reign at least.
I think Daniel Bryan's gonna be awesome. I think I'm glad that they did it. He was getting stale. I mean, I like Daniel Bryan. I'm a big fan of Daniel Bryan's. But ever since he did come back, they haven't been able to capture that same Daniel Bryan 2013, 2014 Daniel Bryan. And I don't know if they're ever going to capture that. If you want to be completely honest with you, I don't think so. I think that was just a magical moment. Yeah. It was one of those things where it was just at the right place. He was the right guy at the right place at the right time with the right thing going for him. It was just, it wouldn't have happened to somebody else. It had to happen to Daniel Bryan at that moment, at that time, how the fans were feeling and everything.
Yeah, so, but he's still over, you know what I mean?
He's super over.
He's super over, but he's not as over as it used to.
Yeah, that whole 2013, 2014 fire that caught on, it's not, I don't think it's happening again.
Yeah, but we'll see how this heel turn. People love when these guys turn heel.
They do. I mean, it gave Becky a career resurrection. She was a great baby face. I liked her as a baby face. But this heel turn, I guess, or I don't even know if I call it a heel turn, man.
A tweener turn.
Yeah, it was just kind of in between. But that turn there helped her career a lot. And I think this is going to be great for Daniel Bryan because, he was getting stale as a baby face.
Yeah. So that's good, man.
So let's go ahead and talk about Raw, SmackDown, and we'll talk about Survivor Series and what we kind of think is going to happen in Survivor Series. We'll give our predictions. So Raw opened up with a team battle royal that was quickly ruined by Braun Strowman. Strowman was interrupted by Stephanie McMahon, and then the two made a deal that Braun will get another title shot against Brock Lesnar, and a match against Baron Corbin where he'll get to choose the stipulation as long as he plays ball at Survivor Series and doesn't touch Corbin until after the event. Yeah. So I need some water. Yeah, so the beginning of the show, I don't know. Did I miss something?
No, it was just that, and then you had Stephanie that told them all that stuff.
Oh, that's right. And then Ronda comes out, right?
Oh yeah, Ronda came out,
confronts Stephanie McMahon, and ended up throwing Baron Corbin, which was funny actually, because Baron Corbin put his hands on her. Tamina defeated Ember Moon. So Nia Jax caused the distraction, allowing Tamina to gain the advantage and the win for the with the match with the splash.
Yeah, Nia with the assist.
So then we get a backstage segment with Dean Ambrose, who burned his Shield vest, telling Seth Rollins that the Shield made him weak. Yeah, man.
Decent promo.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this feud could be really cool, but I think they need to really put it in high gear once they come back out of SummerSlam. I think right now all the marketing, all of the idea and the focus is going on SummerSlam. That
Survivor Series.
Yeah, Survivor Series. Sorry, that SSSS. They're all the same, right? Then Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. That whole feud, it hasn't really caught me yet. The turn was great.
Yeah,
that was great, but I feel like it's just gone downhill from there.
It hasn't. I feel like they haven't put more attention to it. It's just I feel like maybe it's just so much going on.
Yeah,
so many.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Pretty big feuds that this one is not as big anymore. I hope they do emphasize, and I have a feeling that they're gonna give the title to Dean Ambrose soon.
Like I said,
this Rollins is not doing anything with it.
No, he's not. And like I said, I think after Survivor Series, we should now put this on high gear and let's actually get this feud going.
Yeah.
You know, it's been 4 weeks since he turned, something like that.
Yeah.
And we really haven't gotten anything out of this whole segment. You know what I mean? So I want to see where this is gonna go, but they need to put it on high gear starting this Monday, if you ask me.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Finn Balor defeated Dolph Ziggler. So Drew McIntyre cut a promo insulting Kurt Angle, which caused Finn Balor to interrupt and challenge him to a match. McIntyre said Finn could have a match against Ziggler. Balor reversed a roll-up into a roll-up of his own to win the match. So that added Ziggler, right? I mean, that added Balor to the match, right?
To
the Survivor Series team.
Yeah, well... Baron Corbin, not Baron. Stephanie McMahon told him backstage that they needed to get along because they were going to be partners.
That's right. They needed to get along. So then Ronda Rousey cuts a promo on Becky Lynch, calling her a millennial for some reason. That was a stupid promo. Did you hear that promo? I don't know who wrote that for her.
It was pretty bad.
But that was a stupid promo. She called Becky a millennial. Ronda's also a millennial. Let's get this straight. You know what I mean? So, and then she was like...
Yeah, they're both the same age.
They're both like the same age. Like
they're both... I think they are.
Okay.
She said...
Something about avocado eating. I'm like, dude, that was like one of her 31 years old. Yeah, they're about the same age. Dude, that was one of the worst Ronda promos.
I couldn't understand what she was saying.
It was bad, dude. It was like she was just calling her millennial, telling her like... get you're too emotional or like because of like
yeah.
But I was like,
what is she talking about?
She whooping ass, dude. I was like, how is she like I don't know. It was just, to me, it was just a bad promo. I didn't like it at all. And I think Ronda could do better. Ronda has shown that she could do some pretty killer promos.
She's been doing some good promos. That one wasn't that great. Whoever wrote it fucked her over.
Yeah, I agree. That promo sucked. Ruby Riott pretended to apologize for breaking Jim Neidhart's glasses, then said she loved doing it. Nia jumped her, but the Riott Squad beat her up and hit her with the heart attack. Yikes.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing this segment, to be honest with you.
I did. It was whack.
Oh, okay. Chad Gable and Bobby Roode won the Battle Royal to be the team captains of Raw Tag Team Survivor Series team. The other teams in the match include the Ascension, Revival, Lucha House Party.
Have you noticed that Raw does not have tag team people? That's why they have the Lucha House Party filling in.
Oh yeah.
They don't have anybody.
Yeah.
Like nobody.
Interesting. The Revival. But yeah, I guess if you think about it, the only two teams is the Revival and AOP.
SmackDown doesn't have anybody either.
SmackDown has all of them.
Yeah, they do.
I was like the Usos, the Bar, freaking what is her name? New Day.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is hilarious right there. Would you have the name of that person?
I kind of got to answer too, but...
Oh, God.
I'll answer in a little bit. I'll call him back.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Dude, that's hilarious, dude.
That's what I have him under.
That's hilarious, dude. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman made an appearance. Jinder Mahal... Oh, yeah, this is what we talked about. Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers interrupted. So, freaking Lesnar destroyed all of them and just suplexed the Singh brothers to, like, hell. You know what I mean? Like, it was just crazy. Bobby Lashley defeated Elias. So this was for the final spot in the Raw Men's Survivor Series team. Lashley won by countout when Lio Rush grabbed Elias' leg, preventing him from getting back into the ring. What did you think about this match?
It was all right. It was, I thought Elias was going to take it.
I thought so, too.
I thought Elias was going to take it. I like what they're doing with Elias. He's getting a little, he is a face now. So, I think that it was a cool match. But Bobby Lashley is part of... Oh, this is to be part of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. And Alexa Bliss announced her Survivor Series team as Tamina, Nia Jax, Mickie James, Natalya, and the winner of the following match. So the match was kind of a setup. The match was supposed to be Sasha Banks versus Bayley, and it ended in a no contest when they were attacked by the heels. And then Alexa's just like, yeah, you know what? You two are not going to be part of it. It's going to be Ruby Riott to fill in the 5th member of the team.
Oh, that's when she brought them all up there, huh? There's a bunch of heels in the girls. The only one that's not a heel is Natalya.
And that's about it.
Yeah, because you got Nia Jax, you got Tamina, Ruby Riott, and
Mickie James.
Yeah, all heels.
So tough luck for Sasha Banks and Bayley, because that kind of sucks. None of them will be part of Survivor Series.
Dude, that's crazy.
That sucks, man.
They're usually part of it. They're usually like the main faces, like of doing, like when it comes to the women's.
They're being pushed down the card, and I think I like them. I like them a lot. Maybe it's time for something different with them.
We've been waiting for the tag team, women's tag team. The
tag team division will be great for them. Heel turns may do it, especially Sasha. So, dude, I bet you Sasha's been begging for a heel turn.
I would like to see Bayley as
a heel would be interesting as well. But now we get to what we talked about earlier. Becky Lynch was shown backstage attacking Ronda Rousey, putting her in the disarm her. And then she makes her way out to a huge pop, out to the where all the girls, the Raw girls, are just kind of waiting for her to come in. She kind of comes in. She looks like she's about to whoop some people's candy asses.
Yeah, she was talking some smack. She was like, "This is my show now."
Yeah,
she was screaming that.
So then she kind of moves a little forward, but then you got the SmackDown girls coming in and backing her up. They destroy Team Raw. Ronda tries to come back out. Oh, that's when Becky gets hit in the face. She got blood pouring from her face. She's grabbing her face, getting the blood. It looked really great.
And she tweeted out that it was war paint.
She did tweet out that it was war paint, but it looked very violent, very Attitude Era. It looked great. I loved it. It did give a Stone Cold Steve Austin vibe, which a lot of people have been saying. But I thought it was a great segment.
I read somewhere in the comments saying that their TV, that the WWE made it black and white.
Yeah, they do that with blood.
I saw all the blood.
No, that we did. We saw the blood, but and I don't know why they didn't cut to black and white. I just think it was such a good visual.
That's what they were saying, that it was so great.
Maybe Vince was like, nah.
Vince was like, no. Because, we're not in the Attitude Era. We can't show blood.
Yeah, so they would have put it in black and white if it was any other time. But I just think this one, it looked really good. But Becky left the SmackDown women on the floor. I mean, the Raw women on the floor. SmackDown girls retreated. Becky retreated. And Becky looked like a tough-ass mother effer.
She did. Yeah, Becky's one of my favorite characters right now.
She's the man.
She is the man.
Yeah.
I love that segment. Too bad what happened, but we will go ahead. I'm sure we will revisiting this storyline. And, hey, you never know. Like we said, it might be WrestleMania. Mike's on a dry throat. my
my throat is so dry right now, dude. So in the show, okay, so we move on to SmackDown. where they do open the SmackDown Live, announcing that Becky Lynch will not be able to compete at Survivor Series. But they will announce her replacement later on that day. So then we get AJ Styles, who comes to the ring, cuts a promo on his upcoming opponent at Survivor Series, Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman arrives through the crowd and responded to AJ Styles. Styles said that he'll either pin Lesnar's shoulders to the mat or tap him out.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan comes out and acknowledges he lost to Styles last week, a few weeks ago. But Bryan said if Styles mentions his name again, he'll punch him in the face. Styles mentions his name again, and then Bryan punches him in the face.
You know, that's what I was telling you, like...
Yeah.
What was the whole about it, right? They could have come up with something else.
Yeah, I guess they could have come up with something else, but that's what they went with. Shane McMahon runs down and separates the two. The two continue to fight backstage, and McMahon announces that the WWE title will be on the line later on that evening, and Bryan was pulled from the team of SmackDown. So then we got our first official match of the night, which is Jeff Hardy defeating Andrade Cien Almas via pinfall when he landed the Swanton Bomb on Almas for the win.
And they're making Almas lose a lot.
Oh, they'll bring him back up. Mm-hmm.
But I guess this match was just so we can get Jeff Hardy on the card. On the card.
Yeah. It was a good match, though.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
I liked it.
It was.
So then Paige announces that Miz is now the sole captain of Team SmackDown. He then added Hardy to the team and tried to kick Mysterio off the team. That was funny, bro. But Paige said if The Miz can beat Mysterio, then he can kick him off the team. So then we're going to get Rey Mysterio and The Miz later on that day. Shinsuke Nakamura said Seth Rollins broke his heart by not thinking about him. Nakamura said he'll break Rollins' face at Survivor Series. Quick little promo backstage.
It's funny because everybody's like, what?
Yeah, it was like this. I mean, normally I can understand Nakamura. This was a little hard.
It was a little harder to do, yeah.
Yeah. Then we get our second match of the night, which saw Rey Mysterio and The Miz defeat The Miz via pinfall. So Mysterio got the victory over The Miz with a crucifix pin after The Miz got his knees up from a frog splash attempt and got the 2 count. So after the match, Randy Orton hit the ring and tried to RKO Mysterio, but Mysterio slipped out of the ring, and he ended up hitting The Miz with the RKO. So Randy Orton's still lingering around there.
He's, I guess it's gonna be a RKO. Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio feuding. I'm sure after Survivor Series because he's kind of been lurking around him,
attacking
and trying to attack him. Yeah, so
yeah, it looks like that's
that'd be cool. Even though I'm sure we've seen it before.
Yeah, we have.
So
yeah, it'll be okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Sure,
especially this vicious Orton. I wonder he's probably gonna take off his mask a couple of times.
I'm sure he's gonna try. And we already seen Mysterio's face.
Oh yeah,
so little kid face.
Becky Lynch, has to come out and pick a replacement to replace her against Ronda Rousey. So all the SmackDown women are there. She's kind of looking at them one by one. Then she goes to Charlotte, and he picks her. Says, "Go ahead and finish what I started." And she then gives her a hug, which maybe wasn't scripted. Maybe it was just all emotion. It looked very emotional. That segment looked very emotional.
It was a sad segment, and I was just like, poor Becky.
Yeah. The segment looked very emotional as far as I'm concerned.
It looked super real. Like her emotion, everything was just like, and you can tell Charlotte felt it too. Because technically everybody knew everything that was actually happening was actually happening. Like everybody was like, sad fuck. Like this girl had an opportunity, to do this and everything. And now down the drain for now. Yeah.
Anyways, the good segment though. I liked the segment. Good. It was a good segment. The Bar and the Big Show defeated the New Day via pinfall when the Big Show landed the KO punch on Kofi for the win. Decent match. I thought it was okay.
Did you? I feel bad for the Big Show. He couldn't even get up after the pinfall.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I don't know if it because he suffers from his knee, his knee, but like he couldn't get up. Like he struggled to get up, and I noticed that. And then he just held by the ropes and like kind of like lifted everybody's hands or whatever.
I didn't pay attention to that.
But it happens, bro. Big guys like him, they suffer from knees and stuff like that. So it sucks.
Yeah, it's true. And then we get to the main event of SmackDown, which saw the WWE Championship match between Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan wins. He beats AJ Styles when he kicks Styles in the nuts, then hits the running knee. and then pins him 1, 2, 3 for the victory. He is the new WWE champion and will be facing Brock Lesnar this Sunday.
Love it.
I keep saying SummerSlam. Survivor Series. Jesus.
I know. I was like SummerSlam.
SS. I
like it. Like I said, I hope they give him a good long reign. I hope Brock Lesnar doesn't end his career again.
Oh, yeah.
In SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. What do you think about SmackDown?
I liked it way better than Raw.
I did too. Ending of Raw was badass though.
The ending was good. You did tell me, you were like, oh, this boring ass Raw, but like at the end you told me the ending was good. I like SmackDown just because of the match at the end. Yeah, it was a very good match, and technically two things happened unexpected. Becky announced that she had to give it away.
Yeah.
And we got a new champion. So I think overall,
Mysterio Miz was good too.
And Mysterio Miz, they give good matches. So yeah, most matches were good. And Raw didn't have that many matches, did they?
What was it? This was 4 matches, and Raw had what looks like to be 5 matches.
Oh shit! That's how much I don't pay attention. Did I read right too, or was it just a rumor that supposedly Raw's gonna cut this time?
Oh, there's no way they're doing it. I hope so. I really hope so.
That's what they were saying.
I can't stand 3 hours.
That's what they were saying supposedly. I don't know if it's the network that's telling them, or
I highly doubt it though. That's revenue. They're gonna lose revenue.
Yeah, so
there's no way they're gonna cut. There's no way that they're gonna. I wish they would go back to 2 hours. First of all, I love the 2 hours because it makes it easy to watch. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm done in 2 hours. I can continue on with my day, especially because I have DirecTV. So on the West Coast, I get East Coast time. So if it starts on the East Coast on 8 p.m., it starts at 5 p.m. here, right when I'm getting off of work.
I get it at 8.
Yeah,
I got cable.
I got DirecTV, so I'm watching it right at 5, and then if it finish at 7, like SmackDown does. Plug. And then if it finishes at 7 for me, I'm like, sweet. I got my rest of the day to do what I want to do. Yesterday, I think my wife and I went to go get some donuts. After SmackDown, because we wanted hot chocolate.
Oh, okay.
So we made hot chocolate. We got some donuts, and we were like, okay, cool. But we still had most of the day to go. But man, like Raw drags, dude.
It does. I actually watched Raw on live on TV at 8.
Right
out here, and it's a struggle. It's not I guess man. This one didn't keep me as entertained, but. You never know, man. If they do cut, I don't think so. People just talk. I read little things here and there on Facebook or Instagram, like kind of the same thing, like insiders, that they do and sources and all that stuff. But moving on to Survivor Series predictions.
All right, so we'll do the. Let's see, what match should we do? Let's do the Cruiserweight match. Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship.
This is gonna be a good match.
It's gonna be a freaking fantastic match.
It's gonna be an awesome match. Now that I think about it, it's gonna be. I've been lately, like I told you, I've been watching a little more 205.
Yeah,
and I have so much respect for these guys and the type of shit that they do.
Mustafa's probably my favorite on 205.
Mustafa is awesome, bro. But Buddy Murphy is good.
Buddy Murphy's good. Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a great match. If it's anything like Alexander and Mustafa, this is gonna be an awesome match.
I think Murphy's taking it, but I think it's a fantastic match.
Me too. I don't think they're gonna give it to him. I heard Murphy's doing a pretty good job with the reign.
I'm gonna say top 3 of the whole card.
Yeah, and it's the only actual title getting defended.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's the pre-show.
True. It probably is the pre-show.
But the tag team one is a pre-show too.
The Raw tag team one, which is the Raw. SmackDown.
the Raw and SmackDown one.
Yeah, you're right. The 5-on-5 stars. Yeah, I'm not too interested in that match. What do you got on that? Team Raw or Team SmackDown?
I think SmackDown. SmackDown's probably gonna take that one.
SmackDown has the better tag teams, and I hope SmackDown does take it. Yeah, SmackDown has to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they have to take it. AOP versus The Bar.
The Bar.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say AOP.
I think AOP's too new for them to have a win over The Bar right now.
I do too, but so what do we have that right now? So you said SmackDown, I said SmackDown here. You said AOP, I said The Bar. So right now, I have Raw 1, SmackDown 1, and you have SmackDown
1,
SmackDown 2, Raw 0.
Yeah.
Okay. The women's now. Women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Who do you got?
Raw.
Who's
on SmackDown?
Yeah. And actually, there's still to be determined woman because they had to remove Charlotte.
Yeah, so they're gonna put somebody else, and I wonder.
Nikki Cross.
Probably.
She debuted last week, didn't she?
Oh yeah, she did against
Becky. Mm-hmm.
I think Raw's gonna take that one.
So you got Raw 1, SmackDown 2 so far.
Yeah, they look way more dominant.
I agree with Raw. So I have Raw 2, SmackDown 1. Now the men's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Who do you got? This one's tougher.
Raw got Strowman. Raw has a Bobby Lashley. Raw has Finn Balor. Raw has McIntyre.
Oh, Raw's taking it. You're right.
Raw. If you actually, you're gonna see the size difference in when they go. I promise, because most other than, what's his name, Balor. Most of these dudes are over 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah,
they're huge. Lashley's just huge. He's just a big, like, everybody's huge. You go to SmackDown, you got Jeff Hardy, you got Shane McMahon,
Rey Mysterio.
You got Rey Mysterio. You got The Miz and Joe. I think Joe's probably the meanest dude on there.
Yeah. So I got 3-1. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Raw's taking it. So far I only have SmackDown winning 1, which is the 5-on-5 Survivor Series tag team match.
No. I think probably Raw's going to take it over again. I think Ronda's going to beat Charlotte. Unless they want WWE wants to do what they want to do like they always do and give it to Charlotte. But I do not think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. Well, let's. Okay, Ronda versus Charlotte. You think Ronda's taking it too?
Yeah.
I do too. So that makes it 4-1. At least for me. I don't know. Have you been counting yours?
No.
That's, I think, 3-2 for you.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's 3-2 for you in favor of Raw. For me, it's 4-1 in favor of Raw. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm gonna give it to Shinsuke.
Want to know why?
Why?
I think I don't know. I think Ambrose is gonna show up and he's not gonna give a fuck. He's just to beat his ass.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That'd be a great way to give SmackDown a W.
Yeah, they've been trying to pinpoint that he's not in the game, that he's not, his head is out of the thing. Yeah. So Ambrose would be perfect to come, that maybe even be like, fuck it, I'm just they're gonna feud. But I think that'd be good.
So your picks are a little bit better because your picks are at least you're at 3-3. I'm at 4-2. In favor of Raw, you're tied. And then we got our main event, or I don't know if it's gonna be the main event, but we got the champion versus champion, which is Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. I hope this is a good match. I hope it's not too many just Suplex City. I hope it's actually a good match.
Yeah, because believe it or not, Lesnar can wrestle, and Lesnar can give a good match if he wants to. But then again, Lesnar can be Mike Tyson and just come in and just beat the crap out of you and just
Lesnar can be lazy because we've seen it.
Yeah.
Apparently, when it was Lesnar versus Ambrose at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, Ambrose had so many ideas, and Lesnar was like, "Nah, man, I don't want to do shit." You know what I mean? Granted, Lesnar was preparing to go back to the UFC, which is why maybe he didn't really want to do all these crazy stuff that Ambrose had in mind. But yeah, Lesnar could be lazy as well. But Daniel Bryan has mentioned it time and time before on podcasts and all that stuff. I've heard him say it, that one of his dream opponents is Brock Lesnar.
Oh, shit, for real?
Yeah. So I'm sure Bryan is over the moon happy about this. But he's only going to be happy about it if they give him the good amount of time with Lesnar.
And if Lesnar agrees with him. Because I'm sure they're going to talk it over and see what they're going to do.
I mean, Lesnar's going to win. No doubt about it. Yeah. But if they can at least give a good fight back and forth, I think this match can satisfy a lot of people. But yeah, to me, Lesnar's winning this match.
Oh, yeah, of course. So right now, I am at 4-3.
You have 4-3 Raw. I have 5-2 Raw.
I think it's going to be about 4-3.
I agree with you. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I think okay.
It's only 7. It's 7 matches, right? Or 8. But like for Raw and SmackDown.
You know what? It's 7 matches. You know what I'm gonna do? Screw it. I'm gonna do a curveball. Okay, Team Raw. I'm gonna say Team Raw for the women's for the Survivor Series at 5-on-5 is going to lose.
Raw?
Yeah. I know they got Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Natalya, and Ruby Riott, and they got Tamina and Nia Jax who are powerhouses against freaking Carmella, Naomi, and all that stuff. But I think, screw it, I'm going to say it. I think Bailey and Sasha are still going to be pissed that they were used and not been part of the show, that they may cost Team Raw the match.
And they're going to go to SmackDown.
I don't know what it would be, but they may just cost them the match. There we go. Now I got a 3-3.
Yeah, because we didn't see any reactions, huh? Right after they
Or I got 4-3. There you go. Now I got 4-3. So Raw will still win, but Raw will still win the war, I guess you can say. But at least this battle with the women's 5-on-5, I got Team SmackDown over. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Sounds good. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
You don't sound so sure.
I don't sound sure at all. I mean, I had Raw winning 5-2. At least now it's 4-3. At least now it's a little bit more even. You know what I mean? I guess we'll find out this.
Man, I'm gonna have to watch the pre-show because I really want to watch Mustafa and another dude. Dude, these dudes, it's crazy, bro. And Mustafa's a very talented wrestler, so
he is.
We will see. I think that's probably one of the ones that I'm excited for, believe it or not, because I'm thinking about it. You know, now that you mentioned the whole Brock and Daniel Bryan, if Brock lets
there's
himself,
a lot of variables on that one though.
If Brock
depends,
wants, lets himself and everything, then it could be a good match.
Yeah, exactly.
And they give him enough time. Yeah. I think this has to be a little over 10 minutes.
Yeah, they give him a good 15 minutes. And they a good 15 minutes. I think this could be a solid match, like a really good match.
It can, and I don't know. I hope so. But other than that, I'm not really looking forward to it. Really, maybe we want to see the whole 5-on-5 thing, but I don't know, man. It's not that exciting because I was actually looking at other, prior Survivor Series, and there were some dudes on there. You know what I mean? Yeah. There were some stars on there, some names, and I feel like every year it just gets a little worse and little, stuff like that. So, I was gonna tell you, I don't know if it's recent. Did you see that Seth Rollins, a bunch of people from WWE went on to NXT to talk some smack?
No, I didn't see that.
I don't know if it's because it was Seth Rollins, Ruby Riott, Cesaro. I don't know who else. They were in the ring and NXT saying that, oh, you guys are NXT, you guys suck, kind of thing.
Like they invaded NXT?
Is it old?
It might be old.
It's probably old because I saw it on WWE. Like the WWE posted it on their thing. It's probably old then.
Yeah, it's probably old. I don't know. I have to take a look. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably is old. But other than that, man, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. This Sunday, Survivor Series. I said it right, Survivor Series, not SummerSlam. Survivor Series is this Sunday. I don't know what time. I heard like 2 p.m. for us Pacific. I was like,
you know what I told you about the Las Vegas thing? Who did I say that they were announcing?
Oh, that's right. You texted me that they announced who. At least,
and I think Becky Lynch was one of them, bro. So I'm sure that's gonna change.
When did you text me that? Yeah, you're right. You did tell me that. I don't know when you told me that though. Do you remember?
When I was watching Raw Monday.
So Monday. Oh, okay. So they got Becky against Charlotte
for the championship. It was gonna be.
Yeah, but it's probably gonna be like a dark match or something.
Yeah.
And they're also announcing, for SmackDown where it comes to Vegas in December. Then they also announcing AJ Ray and Bryan versus Randy Orton, Miz, and you said you forgot somebody else, probably Samoa Joe or something.
So yeah.
But that might change because they always say card is subject to change. Yeah.
Like I told you, I'm still thinking of going because I want to see Rey Mysterio in action, and so we'll see. I wanted to see Becky, but she's not going to be on the card, so I'm sure everything's going to change.
I was like, you told me that you haven't seen a couple of guys. I was like, I feel like we have seen a couple of guys wrestle. Remember you mentioned somebody else last week?
I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've seen The Miz because The Miz was on Raw.
But remember, we went to Money in the Bank, and he was part of the Money in the Bank match. If I'm not mistaken.
Part of the Money in the Bank. I think it's just Ray, bro.
Yeah, you probably.
Yeah, because I remember Randy. I seen Randy. I seen John Cena. I think it's just Ray. I really think, and I don't know. I just want to see him just to say, oh, I was able to see him, because he's already getting old.
I got his autograph a long ass time ago, and I don't know where it's at.
Bruh, you need to find it.
I had his autograph twice, and I don't know where it's at. Like, I don't know where it's at. Dude, that was literally when I was like 16 years old.
Is Sin Cara still on SmackDown?
It's like over 10 years ago. Sin Cara. It's over 10 years ago. I don't know where the hell any of my stuff is at. Dude, I used to have a lot of signature. I used to have X-Pac signature, Tori Wilson.
Ooh.
Chris Jericho. I had Chris Jericho's signature twice. I don't know where the hell it's at. I had Kurt Angle's signature twice. I don't know where the hell that's at.
Bro, you know, all those, that can be worth something later on in life. You got to find them.
Might be my mom's attic. I don't know, dude. I have no idea where none of that crap is at. But I used to have their signatures. But yeah, man. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll see, man. It's December 11th. I don't know. I'm still thinking because, you know, Christmas and all that
man.
stuff.
It's gonna kick my ass. I don't know if I'm going.
You know, money-wise, you know, we might sound like we got money.
I mean, we're sophisticated as fuck. You know?
But, you know, we live in between our means. You know what I mean? But anyways.
That's a cup of noodle.
Hey. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
The other day, I went to my cousin's house. And I was telling him that every time I go to my mom's house, I always invade her fridge or like her pantry. Yeah. And he's all like, bro, open the pantry. Take whatever you want. He had so many cereals, bro.
Oh, really?
And like he had like 10 apple juices and all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, bro. I was like, we just have it and blah, blah, blah. Take it. And I was like,
I thought you were about to say he had like all these different flavors of Maruchan or something.
Oh, no. But I'm just saying, like, talking about Maruchan, but he gave me like little soups. He gave me a bunch of cereal and stuff. I was like, bro.
I got shrimp over here, lemon and shrimp, chile and shrimp.
Oh my God! I got the new spicy one, the classic chicken, the beef.
Oh jeez.
But anyways, just a little sound. It was a good podcast though.
Yeah.
Other than my, whatever's gonna get cut off.
Yeah, it's gonna get cut off for sure. It's gonna be a smooth transition. Smooth transition. Anyways, guys.
Operator. Plug. Oh no, I can't say that.
No, dude. Somebody else. They gotta give us money. They want something like that.
Oh, yeah.
We need money. We gotta stop eating these cup of noodles.
You're the one that be plugging in DirecTV.
I know.
They're like, oh yeah. People from
the West Coast need to get DirecTV.
The East Coast, yeah. And we even got some donuts.
We got donuts on time too.
Thank you, DirecTV.
It's a new commercial. Don't forget to catch us on Twitter and on Instagram at TBAW Podcast. That is TBAW Podcast. And on Facebook, even though we're not active on Facebook, but we are there at the Below Average Wrestling Podcast. Don't forget to catch us on the YouTubes. Hopefully soon we have video YouTube, man. I've been wanting to do that. I think
so, bro. But I told you, if we ever do that, I'm going to wear a mask.
My dude, go buy a mask, dude. Hopefully we can do it. Hopefully we can do it soon. Maybe before the year of the end.
Swap meet.
Maybe before the year ends.
I'm down, bro.
We should try to do it.
That'd be cool.
I have to fix up my office. That way it can look a little bit better, nicer and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going to wear a mask and y'all are not going to know my face.
Yeah, dude, that would be hilarious.
A small ass mask that only covers up to
dude, I have like just get a mask, dude. I think that'd be hilarious. Get a Sin Cara mask, dude.
I'm going to get a mask and just a cape just because that's going to be it.
I agree with that.
My name's going to be Con Cara.
Con Cara. Not Sin Cara, but with a Cara.
No, Con Almas. I gotta mix it, bro.
Oh,
Con Almas stereo.
Stereo with mystery. No, okay. Mystery. You can call Mysterio. Con Cara.
Mystery Soul. We gotta translate. We gotta translate Almas. We gotta translate Almas.
Oh, that's Soul. That's right.
Mystery Souls.
Mystery Soul with face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's a mystery soul with the face.
With a face.
Imagine that long. Mystery soul with the face.
Jeez.
All right, guys. My name is Jonathan.
Wait, I didn't even plug our stuff, man. You're coming up with this bootleg ass names over here. We haven't even plugged our stuff yet. Okay, yeah, you guys can catch us on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and I don't know where else. But you can catch us in all those places. You can catch us all over the world. You can catch us right now outside your house. We are there. We are in your window, knocking.
Yes.
On your window.
If you're across the world, you can catch us there too.
Yeah. I see what you're doing. You're eating donuts. I know what you guys are doing.
Yes.
We know exactly what you're doing. We got little Johnny over there at work, listening to us at work. We know what you guys are doing. Get to work. Stop listening.
Now you guys know what happened on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. All right, now we can end it.
Hey.
Before this gets worse.
And like how Mike usually starts, I will end. My name is Jonathan.
And my name is Mike.
Peace.